Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Bappy Ahmed and welcome back to another generative AI video. So guys, in this video I'm going to discuss about open source large language models. So guys, as of now we have worked with OpenAI based large language model, which is nothing but GPT. Okay, so we have seen like how to use GPT series to build this kinds of generative AI application. And one thing I think you have seen there, like GPT is not free, so you need to pay for it. So whenever you are using OpenAI API, you need to pay some money, okay, for that. But let's say if you don't want to spend this much of money here, so what you can do, you can use something called open source large language model. So in the market, actually, we have lots of open source large language models are available. So if you are using it, so you don't need to pay any money for this. So you can directly use them, and it is completely open source and for commercial use cases as well. You can either do research on top of it. You can either create a commercial application on top of it. It's completely free for you. Okay. So in this video, actually, I'll be discussing about like open source large language model, like what is open source large language model, okay, and what are the open source large language model we have, and from them actually I'll be discussing some of them, like most popular used open source large language model, and it is like very powerful, okay. And I will also show you how we can like build generative AI application with the help of these kinds of open source large language model, okay. So it would be completely amazing video, so make sure you are watching this video till the end. Don't skip any part of this video, otherwise you might get confused for sure, right? So yes guys, let's start with our video. So guys, here we'll be learning like most used and most popular very powerful large language model. Here you can see we have Meta Llama 2. So this is the model from Meta AI. I think you know, like we also call them Facebook. So they have introduced this model called Llama 2. It has another version called Llama 1, but Llama 1 is for like research purpose. They have given the permission, but you can't use Llama 1 for the commercial use cases. So for this, actually, they have open sourced this Llama 2 model. So you can either do research on top of it, either you can create commercial application. It's completely fine. Then from Google side, we have another large language model called Google Palm 2. So this is one of the very powerful large language model, okay, and it is completely open source and free. Then we have another like most used large language model called Falcon. So Falcon has lots of variant. I'll show you like whenever I'll be discussing like Falcon, I will tell you like what are the variant it has actually. So it has different parameter variant, okay. Even Meta Llama 2 has different variant, okay. I will tell you whenever I will discussing about this Llama 2 and all, okay. So these are the most used and most popular large language model. I'll be discussing like how we can use it, okay, and how we can create generative AI application on top of it. I will be discussing each and everything. So apart from that, we have lots of large language model are available in the market, and it is completely open source. So guys, I found one GitHub repository. So there actually that guy collected lots of open source large language model list, and he has created one readme file there. So I'll show you that one, like what are the open source large language models are available in the market. So if you also want to explore that one, you can also go ahead and check it out, okay. So if you learn like how to use Meta, Llama 2, Google Palm 2, Falcon, okay, you will also able to do that, okay. So guys, as you can see, this is the repository, and the repository name is like Open LLMs. And here if you see, we have lots of open large language model are available. You can see T5, EUL2, then Pathia, Dolly, okay. Then here you will see like Bloom is there, then Fast Chat, then MPTP 7B. This is the 7 billion parameter. Then Falcon, I will be discussing about Falcon. So as you already saw, like in my topic, I will be discussing about this Falcon, okay. So even that, actually they have also shared this paper, blog, and everything, okay. If you want to learn, you can open it, and all these steps actually will be getting. Then Llama 2 is also there, okay. Then Mistral 7B also there. Then Google Palm is also there, okay. So here actually we'll get all kinds of open source large language model, okay. And if you see here, it was committed 4 days ago, so it is like very update repository. So here you can check it out if any large language model is coming in the market. So here actually will get all the list and all. And apart from that, you can also search from your side. Let's say if you are exploring any other topic and all, so you can search and you can learn about, okay. So yes guys, this is all about our large language model, open source large language model. I think you got it, okay. So guys, we don't only have the option using like you can say OpenAI GPT model. Apart from that, we have these kinds of open source large language model we can utilize. Okay, I personally prefer this kinds of open source large language model because this is like very powerful. So it can also work like your GPT 3.5 turbo. Okay, so it's like very powerful model. So using these are the model, actually you can solve a very complex problem statement. Even you can create a very beautiful generative AI application. So why you need to pay, right? But if you also want to pay, because see, GPT is like very good model, I know that, but again it's like completely yeah, I mean hosted like API. So you can directly call the API, you can hit the model, you can get the response. So this is the beautification they have created in their website. But apart from that, let's say you don't have money and you don't want to spend money on top of these kinds of model, so you can use this kinds of LLM model and you can create your application on top of that. Even you can also fine tune them. Okay, so this is the beautification of these kinds of large language model. So in future I will also show you how we can fine tune these kinds of large language model on top of our custom data, on top of our custom use cases, and how we can use it. Okay, so fine tuning is not required unless and until your data is like very complex and it is like very private data. So that time you can fine tune them, but most of the use cases can be solved using these are the model. Okay, so yes guys, now let's go back and try to see like what are the things actually we'll be learning from this video. So guys, in this video actually I'll be discussing like the introduction to Llama 2, like what is Llama 2 and all, like who has published this Llama 2, like what are the variant actually Llama 2 has and all. Then I will show you like how we can run this Llama 2. Okay, I'll show you like some difficulty level, like how why we can't use the actual Llama 2 model, okay, hosted from Meta AI. So which model actually I'm going to use it. So how to execute this Llama 2, okay, I'll be discussing about on Google Colab, because you can also do it in your local machine as well, but I will do on Google Colab because Google Colab would be pretty much good environment for me, because there I will already have lots of predefined library setup, right? Then I will show you like how we can use this Llama 2 with LangChain, because nowadays actually people uses this LangChain's framework, okay, to create generative AI application. So I'll also show you how we can use the LangChain, okay, with this kinds of Llama 2 open source large language model. And at the end of the video, I will also show you how we can build generative AI projects using Llama 2. So there actually will be implementing one projects, very interesting projects, okay, with the help of this Llama 2. Even I will be using LangChain there also, okay. Then we'll see like how we can integrate open source model with this kinds of framework LangChain, then how we can create these kinds of generative AI projects. So it would be completely end-to-end video about this open source large language model. Okay, you'll be learning each and everything about open source large language model, like you will be knowing each and every part of this Llama 2 and all. So make sure you are watching this video till the end. So this should be my request guys, and also try to practice with me, okay, in live. Whatever things I'm writing, you just also try to write with me. Even all the code and everything will share in the resources section. From there actually you can get it. So first of all, let's discuss about Llama 2, and in the next video, I'll be discussing about Google PaLM and Falcon. So guys, if you search on Google like Meta Llama 2, so you will able to see this website, the first website, okay. So this is the website of Llama 2. So here actually they have published this Llama 2 documentation and all, like how we can use it and all. And this documentation will give you the entire idea about Llama 2, like what is Llama 2 and how many variants actually it has, okay. Even the benchmark also you will able to see. So guys, here if you see Llama 2 is nothing but it's a next generation open source large language model, and Llama 2 is available for free research and commercial use cases, as I was discussing about. And if you want to access this Llama 2, so they have given the link here. So here actually you need to fill some information like your name, email address, then country and organization. So these are the basics form you need to fill and you need to submit. So after some time actually they will give you the permission, because see, you can't directly use this Llama 2 model. So for this you need to send some information of you. Then after some time actually they will give you the permission. Okay, I also applied this request form. So after let's say 30 minutes or let's say 1 hour, you will get the access for sure. Okay, so I will also show you one alternative. So if you want to do it right now, so one guy actually cloned this complete Llama 2 model, okay, in his you can say Hugging Face repository, and it is completely public. Okay, so you can use that model if you're not getting permission. And once you got the permission, you can use official version of the Llama 2 model. Okay, so I'll show you like both option how we can do it. So for me, I already got the access from this Meta, so they have given me the access. I'll tell you like how to apply for the access and all. Okay, so as of now the experiment actually I'm going to do, like how we can execute this Llama 2 model. I'll be using something called quantized model, because the actual like Llama 2 model you can't execute on Google Colab, on free Google Colab. So for this actually you need good instance. Okay, like good instance means like you need powerful machine, you need more RAM, okay, you need more memory there. But if you are using free version of Google Colab, and if you're using your local system, so there actually you can't load this model, so it would be very hard for you. So better we'll be using some quantized model. I think you know what is the quantized model. So quantized model is nothing but it's a quantized version of the actual model. So they have just compressed the model, okay, with the integer encoding, and they have proposed this model, and this model size is a little bit less, so we can load this model in our memory, okay, in very easily. I will tell you like how to use a quantized model and all, okay. So guys, here if you see, Llama 2 was trained on 40% more data than Llama 1. Okay, because I told you there is another model called Llama 1, and Llama 2 trained here Llama 2 trained actually more than 40% data than Llama 1, and it has actually double context length. So, basically the context length is like double, okay, than your Llama 1. And see, these are the Llama 2 variant. Actually Llama 2 has 7 billion parameter, and another variant has like 13 billion parameter, and another variant has 70 billion parameter. And this is the pre-training token, you can say. So they have used true trillion token to train this model. And here if you see, this is the context length, so it's 4096, but whenever I was talking about Llama 1, so it has actually 2000 something context length, but it is like double, okay, double than your Llama 1, and this size is around 4096. And here if you see the training strategy, so they also use supervised fine-tuning technique on top of it. Then they also use something called human preferences. I think you know like how we can train these kinds of large language model, okay, what is the idea and all about. Basically this is the strategy we follow in every large language model, okay. Then they have applied something called reinforcement learning to understand the human input, to understand the human you can say prompt, okay. So they have used this strategy to train their entire model. And Llama 2 pre-trained models are trained on 2 trillion tokens. Here I already discussed, and have double context length than Llama 1. Its fine-tuned models have been trained over 1 million human annotation. Okay, so 1 million human annotation means they have applied this supervised fine-tuning technique. So they have created one chat use cases. So basically, see, whenever I'm giving any input, let's say just fix this code for me, or let's say generate you can say a Python code for me. So these are the chat actually I'm giving. So with respect to that, actually, what is human annotation? Human annotation means like see, whenever you are giving these kinds of prompt, so one human will be replying the actual thing here, okay. That's how your model will be learning. Let's see, if you're giving any random message, let's say hi, how are you, fine, okay, and all. So one human will chat with you, like manually they will chat with you, so we call them human annotation. And with the help of this data, actually we train our actual model, and we create these kinds of very powerful large language model, right? And this is the benchmark, as you can see. So here we have lots of model. We have MPT 7B, then Falcon 7B, and we also have our Llama 2 7B 13B, and we also have 65B and 70B, okay. So here we see these are some benchmark data, and this is the performance of the model. As you can see, MPT 7 billion, this was the accuracy, 26% accuracy. And here if you are using Falcon, so 26.2% accuracy. And if you're using Llama 2 7B here, so see, accuracy is like very much increased here. It's around 45.3% of accuracy. And if you're using 7B, that sorry, and here if you're using 13B, that means 13 billion parameter version of the model. So here this is the accuracy, 54.8% of the accuracy. And here if you're using MPT's 30 billion, so this is the accuracy. Then I mean, it's like less than your Llama 2. And Falcon 40B actually will give you 55.4%. And if you're using Llama 65 billion, so 63.4%. And Llama 7B, like very good accuracy here, 67.9% of accuracy, okay. So with respect to that, you can see this is again another data. So this is like MMLU data, so this is trivia QA data, this is natural questions data. So you have lots of benchmark data. With respect to that, these are the model has been trained, and this was calculated the accuracy, okay. And this is the complete benchmark table. Here you will see all the performance of the model, okay. And guys, if you want to test this Llama 2 model, so here there is a one UI has been published here. If you see on top of the Llama 2 model, so if you just write www.llama2.ai, So this is the chatbot actually you will able to see. So this is kinds of chat GPT kinds of interface they are providing. And in the backend actually they are using Llama 2 model. Here if you see, so you can select Llama 2 model, different model. So by default it is selected Llama 2 7 billion. So let's select this one, Llama 2 7 billion parameter, this model. And you can also give the your system prompt here. So let's take this prompt only. And the temperature you can also select. Let's say if this temperature is close to 0, that means this model would be more strict to the output, so it won't give you any randomness. And if you set this temperature as close to 1, that means your model will be like more random, so it will give you like more random output. Okay, and if you want to make your model like more generalized to randomness, so you can increase this parameter to close to 1. And this is the max length, like how many output you want from your model and all, so you can set this parameter and all. And this is the top probability score and all. Okay, so here you can write your custom prompt as well. Let's say here in this case I'll be doing chat operation with this Llama 2. Here if you see chat with Llama 2, you can also set this prompt as summarization, let's say code generation, anything you can do. Okay, so you need to just change this prompt. I think you know what is prompt and all, so this thing is very common, okay, in LLM and all. So you can give the prompt here. So let's take this Llama 7b parameter, this model, and let's do some chat with this model. So here first of all, let's say I will just write hey or let's say hi. So here if you see, this is giving me the response. Okay, now here I can ask like what is the library we can use to build Gen AI application. I'm just giving any random question. Let's see whether it is able to uh, answer or not. So here if you see, it's giving different answer, okay, with respect to the question I have asked. Now let's say here I can also give any error of my code, and if I tell it actually just try to solve this error. So let's say I was trying one OCR code here. So this is the error actually I got. So let me show you the error. So guys, this is the error actually I got here. So could not find the version satisfied the paddle. Okay, this is the error I got. So this error actually I will ask to this Llama 2, and let's see whether it is able to fix or not. Here I will just write fix it. Okay, if I just write fix it, now let's see what happens. So guys, see, it is giving me the response, and it's telling like install this version of this paddle. Okay, and you can also use some third-party GitHub to build this setup tool and all. So it's giving all kinds of possibilities, like you can try, you can get this suggestion, you can try, and you can solve this error. Okay, so Llama 2 is telling actually this model is like more powerful than GPT 3.5 turbo model. Okay, because see, I already used this Llama 2 model, and what I feel like, yeah, this model is pretty good than your GPT 3.5 turbo. If you're using GPT 3.5 turbo, you saw like lots of tasks actually don't be able to solve in a good way. But if you're using Llama in this case, Llama 2 in this case, actually it can solve like various kinds of tasks. Okay, so this is the playground. You can play with this Llama 2 model. You can select different version of the model, and you can play with this model. All kinds of question you can ask, and you can realize like how powerful this model it is. Okay, so yes guys, this is all about our Llama you can say introduction and all. I think you got it, like what is Llama 2 and all. Okay, the basics overview, you got it. Now I will show you like how we can use this, how we can run this Llama 2 model on the Google Colab. So guys, for this actually I already prepared one Google Colab notebook for you. As you can see, this is the Google Colab notebook, and here we'll be learning like how we can execute this Llama 2 model on the Google Colab. So as I already told you, we can directly load this Llama 2 official Llama 2 model from the official Llama. You can see this Llama 2 is available on this Hugging Face. So from Hugging Face itself, actually you can see this Meta AI Llama. Okay, and this is the Llama 2 model. This is the original Llama 2 model, official Llama 2 model. It is hosted on Hugging Face. From here actually you can load this model, but this model actually I can't load in my free Google Colab. For this actually you need good instance, good memory, good GPU and all. But here I'm using free Colab, that's why I can't load. And you can also load this thing in your local machine. Okay, so for this actually what you need to do, you need to use something of quantized version of the model. So again, Hugging Face also provides like quantization models. So some of the actually organization have already applied this quantization technique, and they compress, these are the actual model, and they hosted on the Hugging Face community. So here if you see, we have like various kinds of quantized model. here if you see, so these are the quantized models. So this is the, so here guys, if you see, this is the ggml format of quantized version of the model. And if you see, like lots of model are available. Okay, so from this model actually I'm going to use one particular model. So this is the model link I have given, just let me open it. So the model name is Llama 2 13 billion chat ggml. Okay, ggml is the format of quantization, and this is the organization. So this organization has quantized this model. Okay, and it is published here. Now this model is like more like a small model, okay, than your actual Llama 2 model, which is published on Hugging Face. This model actually you can easily load in your free Google Colab, okay, or if you're using your local system as well, you can also load there. Okay, and this model has lots of variant here. If you see, the bin means this is the model. Okay, this is the bin format of the model, that means binary model. So from these are the model, I'll be using one particular model because these are different quantization, you can say, format. So I'll be using one particular quantization here, and this is the size of the model. As you can see, this is the size of the model, and after applied quantization, this size has been reduced. Because what is quantization? Quantization means all the weights you have in the model, by default it would be floating number. Okay, but if you apply quantization on top of it, it would be converted to integer and your size would be reduced. Okay, your model size would be reduced automatically. So this is the idea of quantization model. So here your accuracy might decrease, but again you are like getting the faster model here, you are getting the small model here. So this is the idea. Okay, and if you want to use actual this meta llama, or that means this llama 2 model, so here actually you need to get the permission. You can directly access this model. So let's say if I open this link in a different, or let's say incognito window, so you will see it will ask for the permission actually, because I'm using my account there, so that's why you can't see the permission. Now see here, if you see access to access Llama 2 on Hugging Face, so here first of all you need to log in with this website. Okay, if I click on this login, so it will ask for just logging with your Hugging Face. So here you need to first of all log in with your Hugging Face. Let's say I will log in with my Hugging Face here. Okay, now see here I have already logged in, that's why it's telling like permission granted. But for you actually it will show like you need to apply for the access. Okay, so whenever you will apply for the access, so it will give you that form. I think you remember, it will give you this kinds of form. So you need to fill this form. Okay, and you need to select all the information. So you can select like which model you want to use. So you can select both of them and you can just send the request. Okay, so after some times you will receive one mail like that. So after some times actually you will see one mail like that. Let's say I applied for this access. So this is the mail I got. So hi puppy, this is let you know that your request to the access model Meta Llama 2 on the Hugging Face has been accepted by the author. Okay, so once you got the access, then you will able to see this kinds of window here. This kinds of window here, gated model, you have the granted access to this model. Okay, but initially whenever you will be applying, so it will take some time, at least 1 to 2 hours, then it will give you the access. But if you want to try okay this model, so again I will tell you another option, because this model is available on the public repository as well. Okay, because see in Hugging Face we have two kinds of repository. One is like organization repository, that means private repository. If you want to use private repository, so you need to like take the permission from the author, and one like you have like public repository. So in public repository actually you will have the access to the model. You don't need to take any permission from the author, they will by default provide the access and all, so you can directly use that. So one guy actually cloned this entire model and he has published from his account here, and I will be using that model. Okay, same model only, but this is the unofficial and that is the official one. Okay, I'll tell you like whenever I'll show you like how we can use this Llama 2 model with the help of LangChain. At that time I will show you like how we can use it. But as of now, let's try to run this quantized version of the model. As I already told you, I'll be running this quantized version of the model, which is nothing but this model. If I show you, this is the quantized of the model. Okay, and guys, Meta actually also provides like different version of the Llama 2 model, as you can see. So we have 7 billion, we have 13 billion, we have 70 billion. So in this case, actually, I'm running this 13 billion. So you can't execute this 13 billion in your free Colab. That's why we are using quantized version of the model. But in our next experiment, so whenever I'll be using LangChain over there, so I'll be using this 7 billion parameter model, and this model actually you can easily load in the Google Colab or your local system as well. Okay, so for this model I'll take the permission, and see guys, these are the model are hosted. Now if you see, these are the model are hosted from the Llama 2. As you can see, chat model, HF model, I'll tell you like whenever I will be using these are the model, I'll tell you. So yes guys, this is all about. Now let me just quickly show you like how we can execute. So see, to execute like quantized model, you need one library called Llama cpp. Okay, so this is the library actually you need to use. Llama cpp is a library actually. This library helps you to make the quantized of the model. Okay, and if you're using quantized version of the model, you need to install this library. So first of all, I will connect this notebook. Now make sure you have selected runtime as GPU. So just click here and click on manage GPU. Sorry, not here. Just click on the runtime and select here you will get one option called change runtime type, and I have already selected GPU here. So now if you want to check whether you've got GPU or not, so you can execute this command, and here you will see I got Tesla T4 GPU, and it has actually 15 GB of like VRAM. Now here these are the requirements actually you need to install. So first of all, I'm installing this one Llama cpp library. Okay, and this is the command to install everything. And here I'm also installing Hugging Face Hub, because from the Hugging Face itself I want to access this model, because see, this model is hosted on Hugging Face, and if you want to access any Hugging Face model, so you need to install Hugging Face Hub. And here I'm also installing llama to cpp python. Okay, so these two commands actually you need to execute to install llama cpp library. Then I also need numpy with this specific version. Now let me execute. So guys, as you can see, my installation is done. Now here you just need to give the name of the model, like which model you are using. So here, this is the model I'm using. Just copy this name here, and here you just need to paste it. Okay, so I've just given this name here. Now here you also need to specify the base model name, like which particular model you need to use. So here I'm using q5 one .bin model. So if I go here, so it has lots of variant, I already told you. So here I'm using this q5 this model actually, I think, let me just see, q5 underscore 1 dot bin, q5 underscore 1 dot bin. Yeah, so this is the particular model actually I'm using. So you can use any model, no issue with that. So I'm using this model, and this is the size of the model. So I'll be executing. So you need to give the same name, just copy paste from here and just give it here. Now once it is done, now so here first of all I'll be importing one class called hf hub download. That means Hugging Face model download. So this class will help you to download any particular model from the Hugging Face. First of all, let me import. Then I also need to import this llama from llama cpp library, because we have already installed this library. So let me import it. And if you're not using quantized version of the model, okay, you don't need to install this llama cpp. So we can directly download the model from Hugging Face. Okay, I'll tell you whenever I'll be using this model actually, because I already told you llama 2 provides lots of version of the model. Whenever I'll be using smallest version of the model, I'll be directly downloading the model from the Hugging Face. Okay, at that time I don't need this llama cpp library. Okay, but here I'm using quantized version of the model, that's why this needed. Now, first of all, you need to download the model. To download the model, first of all, you need to give the repo ID. Repo ID is nothing but your model name. So this is the URL I'm giving. Okay. And you also need to give the file name, like which particular file you need to download. So here you need to give this base name here. Now it will automatically go to the repository and it will automatically download for you. See guys, it's downloading, and this is around 9.76 GB. So let's wait. It will take some time. I'm able to load this model because here if you see my VRAM, GPU VRAM, uh, I got 15 GB. That's why I can load this model very easily. That's why actually I'm using this quantized version of the model. But if you're using actual this model, if I show you actual 13 billion parameter Llama 2 model, okay, without you can say quantized model. So it is more than your 9 GB and you can't load it. Okay, that is the issue actually. So I'm following this approach. See, this model has been downloaded. Now, if you want to see the path of the model, like what it has downloaded, so it has downloaded in this folder actually in my machine. Now, first of all, I need to load my model. To load the model, actually, first of all, I'll be defining one class, Llama. Actually, you have seen like we have imported the Llama. And here you just need to give the model path. So this is my model path here I have given, and these are the parameters you need to keep it. Okay, these are the default parameters you need to keep it. Now let me execute and load the model. So guys, as you can see, my model has been loaded. Now here you can also check like the number of GPU layer you have in your GPU. So we have 32 layers. And now first of all, I'll be creating one prompt template because we don't directly give the prompt to our LLM. We also create a prompt template. Okay, so we won't be directly asking the question, because let's say what kinds of question actually you want to ask to your LLM, you need to specify using the prompt template. I think you are already familiar with what is prompt template and all. So here I have created one prompt template. So this is my prompt. This is the question of the user. Just write a MNIST image classification code in Keras. And here is the prompt template. So I'm telling my LLM. So here I'm telling to my LLM as a system means it will consider I'm telling to my LLM. And here I'm telling you are a helpful and respectful and honest assistant. Always answer as helpfully. Okay, this is my prompt template. And here I'm giving one example. So user will ask these kinds of question and you need to give the answer as an assistant. Assistant should be the response from my LLM. Okay, so this is the prompt template I have created. Now let me execute. Now here I'm initializing my LLM. So here I'm giving first of all my prompt template. Then I'm also initializing the max tokens. Max token means like how many output you wants from your model. You can, if you're using GPU, so you can decrease this length. If you're using GPU, you can increase this length. Okay. Temperature, I think you already know. If it is close to 0, that means you are taking like more streak output from your model. And if you are increasing to 1, that means you are taking the randomness from your model. But here I have set 0.5, so it's middle position. And this is the top probability score, and these are some default parameter you need to give. Okay, now let me execute it. So it will take the prompt and it will understand the prompt template and it will give you the answer. So here I have written like write a MNIST classification code in Keras. So it will give you the code with respect to that. And this model is pretty huge. That's why the response time is a little bit high. So you need to wait for some time. So guys, execution done. Now let me print the response I got. So this is the response, but it's not readable. So from this response, I only need to see the text from my model. So let me execute. See guys. So here I got the answer. So here if you see, this is my system. That means this is my prompt I have given to my model. And this is the question user has asked, and this is the response I got from my assistant. So first of all, it's telling hello. I would be happy to help you your MNIST classification projects using Keras. Before we begin, may I ask what specific aspect of the projects you need to assistant with do? Do you any prior experience with the deep learning and Keras additional? So it's giving some output. So what you can do, you can again execute this code. I think it will give you that. Because if you're using for the first time, I think it will give you that response. Now let me execute for the second time. So guys, now you can see it has given me the code for the MNIST image classification. Now let me give another prompt. So here I will just write a linear regression code. Write a linear regression code. Let's see like whether it is able to give or not. So I'll again execute. Now guys, I got the response, and guys, this is the code for linear regression. Okay, so it's amazing guys. So we are getting our output, and yeah, so that's how actually we can use our Llama 2 model. Okay, Llama 2 model we can run, and this is the quantized version of the model. Again, some accuracy might be less. Okay, you might get some wrong output because of the quantized version of the model. Okay, but again, it's a pretty good. You will get like all of the response. Okay, whatever question you are asking. Now what I will do, this was like how we can execute like quantized version of the model, because I was using because here I was using Llama 2 13 billion parameter this model. But next actually I'll show you like how we can execute using LangChain. Okay, how we can use using LangChain. So there actually I'm going to use this model called 7 billion. So 7 billion parameter, this model actually I'm going to use. Okay, and this model has actually lots of variant. Okay, I'll tell you. So we'll be using some HF version of the model. Okay, then I'll show you like how we can load this model. So yes guys, this is all about this execution of this Llama 2 model on Google Colab. Now let's explore like how we can use this Llama 2 model with the help of LangChain. So guys, now let's see like how we can use Llama 2 model with the help of LangChain framework. And we have already seen like how we can execute this Llama 2 model on Google Colab. So there actually I used like one particular model, so 13 billion parameter model, but there actually I used something called quantized model, because I can't load this 30 billion model, okay, in my free Google Colab. I think I was already discussing about, okay. But in this example, I will be using this 7 billion parameters. So this model would be a little bit small for me to load in my memory. So I can load this model, okay, in my free Google Colab. There is no issue with that. But again, to load this model, you need to take the permission from Meta AI. Okay, this model is available on the Hugging Face website. I will tell you like why you can get this model. So if you search on Google like Llama Facebook research, so you will get this GitHub repository, and there actually they have mentioned everything about Llama 2 and all. And they will also give you the download link and all. So if you click on this download link, so you will redirect to this page, and here you just need to fill out this information. Okay, so I think I already showed you this thing. And they have already written like how we can access this model from the Hugging Face also. See, this model is also available on the Hugging Face website, so you can visit Hugging Face and see it has this three variant like 7B, 13B and 70B. I think I was already discussing about. And again, if you see here, these are the model has lots of sub variant like Llama 2 7B chat model, Llama 2 13B HF model. Okay, so these are the like sub variant of the model. So this is nothing but like some of the model would be bigger, some of the model would be smaller. Okay, so that's how they have trained different model with respect to these are the variant of the model. Okay, now here if you see here in the GitHub, they have written one thing. This Llama 2 comes with two different model. One is like pre-trained model and another is like fine-tuned chat model. So what is pre-trained model and what is this fine-tuned chat model? So pre-trained model is nothing but these model are not fine-tuned for the chat or question answer. They should be prompted so that expected answer is the natural continuation of the prompt. So basically what they're telling, actually with this pre-trained model, you can't do actually chat operation or you can't do actually question answering operation, right? Like the way we usually perform with our LLM model, we ask any question, we do the chat operation with that. So with this pre-trained model, you can't do. Let's say if you want to generate text, or if you want to, let's say, generate something, okay, from the model, you can use this kinds of pre-trained model. Okay, and what is this fine-tuned chat model? So this fine-tuned chat model were trained on dialogue applications, so to get the expected features from and performance for them, with specific format defined chat completion. So basically what they're telling, so with this fine-tuned chat model, actually you can do the chat operation. Let's say if you want to do any question answering, if you want to perform a chat operation, you can use this fine-tuned chat model. So in this example, I will be using this fine-tuned chat model because I want to perform chat operation with the LLM. Okay, I want to ask some queries and all. So I'll be using this model. But let's see if you want to generate text and if you want to generate something, so you can use this pre-trained model. Okay, so now if you visit here in this Meta Llama 2 on Hugging Face, so they have different model, as I already told you. So it has chat model also, and it has without chat model also. So now you can choose any of them. Okay, so guys, from these are the model itself, I'll be using one particular model. So I'm going to use this particular model called Llama 2 7B chat HF model. So here is the model description and all about, you can read it out. Okay, so with this model, actually you can do chat operation and all. Okay, and this is 7 billion parameters, so I can easily load this model in my free Google Colab. Okay, so there is no issue with that. I don't need to use any you can say quantized model, okay, from them. So now what I will do, before before loading this model, you need to take the permission from the Meta AI. So what you need to do here, so you will see one option here, just apply for the permission. See, for me, I have already applied for a permission, and they have already given me the access. That's why it's telling you have been granted to this model. Okay, so I already have the access to this model. But if you're doing it for the first time, make sure you have applied for the permission. Okay, so once you get the permission, so you will get this kinds of message here. If you see here, you will get this kinds of email like you have granted to this model and all. So they will mail you with respect to that. And once you click here, so you will redirect to this kinds of form. So here you just need to, these are the form, and submit your information. So after some times, actually they will give you the permission. But if you're doing it right now and if you're waiting for the permission, so what you can do in between, I will show you another option. Okay, another alternative I will show you. So that alternative you can follow. And guys, one particular thing you will always need to remember. So whenever you are submitting the request, okay, whenever you are submitting the request for this model, make sure the email address you are using, the same email address you are used in your Hugging Face as well. Okay, so the same Hugging Face email address, okay, you have created your account, so same email address you need to submit here. Okay, as you can see, you need to submit your email address here. So make sure you have selected the correct email address with respect to your Hugging Face account, so that you will get the quick access there. So guys, I already created one notebook for you. So here I will show you the demo how you can use this Llama 2 model with the help of LangChain. And I think you already know what is LangChain. LangChain is nothing but it's a framework for developing application powered by language model, or you can say we can also develop generative AI application with the help of LangChain. And this is the LangChain documentation and GitHub I have already given here. You can go and check. And if you don't know like LangChain, so we have a tutorial in our YouTube channel. Just go ahead and try to finish that lecture. Otherwise, it would be a little bit difficult for you to understand like what I'm trying to say, right? So guys, here I'm already expecting you are familiar with this LangChain framework, like what is chain, what is prompt template and all about, okay? So this should be the prerequisite for this video. Now guys, the first thing what I need to do, I need to connect my notebook. And make sure you have selected runtime as GPU, because you need the GPU to run this model. So change runtime to GPU. So for me, I have already selected. And let me connect the notebook. So guys, notebook is connected. Now, first of all, let's see whether I got GPU or not. So this is the command to check the GPU. So here I got Tesla T4 and here I got 15 GB VRAM. Now what I need to do guys, I need to install some of the libraries. See guys, if you're using any open source large language model, okay, open source LLM model, which is available in Hugging Face. So for this actually you need to install this transformer library. Okay, so using this transformer library, we can actually access our Hugging Face model. Okay, so that's why this transformer library we need to install. Then I need to also install, these are the two libraries, Accelerate and Anops. Then I need also LangChain, because here I'm going to use LangChain. Okay, and this Bison's bytes. Okay, so these are the packages actually I need to install. So these are the actually dependency. So LangChain I need because I will be running these are the LLM model, Hugging Face LLM model with the help of LangChain. And I also need transformer because I will be using my Llama 2 model from my Hugging Face itself. Okay, that's why this transformer is required. Now let me install. So guys, as you can see, installation is done. Then first of all, what I need to do, I need to log in with the Hugging Face account. Okay, so to log in with the Hugging Face account, you need to use Hugging Face CLI to log in. Okay, so here you just need to give the API key. Okay, Hugging Face API key. So there is a secret key actually will get from your Hugging Face account. So let me open with my Hugging Face account. So guys, this is my Hugging Face account. If you don't have any Hugging Face account, just try to create one account. Okay, now if you click on the profile and go to the settings, and here you will get one option called access token. Okay, just click on the access token. So here previously I already created one access token here, so I'll be creating a new one. So you can also create a new access token. You can give any name. So let's say I will give as Llama, and you can get read and write permission. I will be giving read permission because I only want to read the model from here. Then I'll just generate a token. So this is my token guys. Now what I will do, I'll just copy this token. And guys, don't share this token with anyone. Okay, otherwise they will also able to access your account. So I'll remove this token after this recording. Okay, that's why I'm showing. Now let me execute this command and it will ask for the token. So just click here and paste your token and just press enter. So if you do it, so now it will tell add token as get credential. So what I will do, I'll just give yes and press enter. Now guys, here if you see my logging is successful. Now what I will do, I will import then I need to import this Hugging Face pipeline from LangChain, LangChain.llms, because with this Hugging Face pipeline, so with the help of this Hugging Face pipeline class, I will be loading my large language model, which is nothing but my Llama 2. Okay, so I need to import this library. Then I also need to import tokenizer. So what is tokenizer guys? Tokenizer is nothing but it is responsible for pre-processing the text into arrays of number as input to the model, because so whenever I will be giving any input to my model, it would be completely text input, right? But my model can't understand that text, raw text actually I will be giving. So for this actually what I need to do, I need to convert to numbers, right? Even I also need to perform some pre-processing. So everything can be performed using this tokenizer, okay, auto tokenizer class. So that's why I need to import it. Then I also importing transformers, then torch and these warnings. Okay, now let's load our Llama 2 model from this Hugging Face. So as I already told you, so you will get these kinds of access once you got the access and all. Okay, so I have already attached some screenshot here, and once it is done, it will tell you this message, right? Now here guys, you need to define the model actually you want to use. So in this case, actually I'm using this model. As I already told you, I've just copied this name and just paste it here. If you see, this is the complete name I have given. And this is the model from Meta, because this is the official model actually I'm going to use. And this model I need the permission. I think I already told you this model I need the permission. But let's say if it is taking for you to take the permission and all, so what you can do, you can use this model. You just comment this line and uncomment this line. So this is the same model, but this is present in the public repository, and this access is given to everyone. Okay, so you can easily use this model, and this is the same model guys. Okay, this is the same version of the model. So what this guy has done actually, so he has cloned the official version of this Llama to 7B chat agent model, and he has published in his you can say repository here, and this is completely completely public access, so you don't need to take any access okay from this author, so you can easily use this model. So let's say if you have applied for the access and it is taking time and you want to do it right now with me, so what you can do, you can uncomment this line and you can load this model. Okay, but for me I have already access to my official model, so I'll be using official model and I will comment it out. Okay, so it's up to you which model you're going to use. Now guys, first of all, what I need to do, I need to load my tokenizer. So to load the tokenizer, you need to give the same model name. Okay, so with respect to that, it will load the tokenizer. Now here, what you need to do, you need to create one pipeline objects, and here you need to call this transformer pipeline. Okay, and here you need to give the pipeline name. So here I have given text generation, because if I go to this model I'm using, so this is a text generation model. As you can see, this is a text generation model. So that is why I have given text generation here. Now I also need to give the model, like which model I'm going to use. So this is the model I have given here. Okay, then I'm also need to give the tokenizer. So this is the tokenizer I have given, and these are the parameters. Just keep it as default, and this is the maximum input length. So I've given 1000. You can also increase and decrease the size. Okay, it's up to you. Now guys, what I will do, I'll just quickly load my pipeline. So basically it will load the entire pipeline. It will load your model, it will load your tokenizer, everything it will load as a pipeline. So what is the use of this pipeline? Pipeline means, like, first of all, whenever you are giving any input to the model, first of all, it will apply the tokenizer and it will convert that text to numbers. Okay, it will pre-process the text, then it will apply this data to the model. Okay, so that's why this pipeline handles each and everything. You don't need to write any custom code for it. And now guys, here if you see, it is downloading the model. Okay, and I'm using free Colab, and I got 15 GB VRAM there. So I think you can see RAM is not utilized till now because it is downloading the model. So once it will load the model, it will utilize my RAM. So guys, my model has loaded. Now what I need to do, I need to call this Hugging Face pipeline. I think you remember we load this Hugging Face pipeline from LangChain. Okay, here if you see from LangChain and .llms, we load this Hugging Face pipeline. Now I need to give this pipeline object to this Hugging Face pipeline from my LangChain. So here you will get two parameters called pipeline. So here you just need to provide the pipeline. Okay, this pipeline we have created. And another keyword you need to give the temperature value. So what is temperature value? So see, I think you already know like what is temperature value. So here I've already written. So temperature value, like so if it is 0, that means the model is very safe and it is not taking any bets. And if you are giving this and if you're setting this value to close to 1, so it will be taking risk. Okay, and it might generate wrong output, but it is very creative. So this is the parameter actually you can change. Let's say if you want some stick output from your model, okay, you can set this parameter as close to 0. And if you want, let's say, very creative results and you are not worrying about the wrong output or let's say random output, so you can give this parameter as 1. Okay, so this is the parameter you need to give. So here I want streak output from my model, that's why I set this parameter as 0. Okay, so this is the parameter I have given. Now here I'm defining as LLM. So this is my large language model. Okay, but I think you remember initially I was using something called OpenAI large language model, which is nothing but GPT 3.5 turbo. You can use anything, GPT 3, GPT 4, anything you can use. But there actually I was using OpenAI API and it was taking charge for me, right? But this is completely free. Now see, with the help of these kinds of open source large language model, and it is also available inside Hugging Face, we have easily loaded this model. Okay, and we have created our LLM object here. Now this is one prompt actually I have prepared. So what would be the good name for a company that makes colorful socks? So this, let's say this is my prompt. This is the user prompt, this is the user input, and it is giving this input to the LLM. And now let's see like what LLM will predict. Okay, so here I will give this prompt to my LLM and let me execute. You can also set your custom template, prompt template. I will tell you like how to set it, but first of all let's give my prompt without any template, because by default your LLM will have some custom like you can say default template, it will use that template. So guys, here is the response I got from my Llama 2. So I would suggest the following names for the company that makes colorful socks. So Sol Mats, Hue and Cry, Tall, Tally, Socks. Okay, it's great actually. Even it is giving also the description with respect to the name it is suggesting. Now you can give any kinds of prompt, you can check it out. So let's give another prompt. So here I've given, I want to open a restaurant for a Chinese food. Suggest me a fence name for this. Okay, so you can also give, let's say, Indian food. Okay, I'll give Indian food. Now let's see whether it is giving me some name or not. So I'll execute my LLM. Now guys, as you can see, it has given me the name. So restaurant, I would suggest the following names for your Italian, for your Indian food restaurant. So Tandoor Nights, then Spice, Rohut, Mumbai, Bazaar, Curry Leaf. Okay, so great. I am getting very good name. Let's see if you want to open any restaurant. So you can refer, these are the name, and these are the name is like very unique. Okay, and this is the description. Now also you can create your custom prompt. Let's say see, this is the better practice to create our custom prompt always. Let's say whatever task you want to perform with the help of your LLM, so you can give the custom prompt, okay, instead of using the default prompt. So to give your custom prompt, you need to import prompt template from LangChain first of all. So let me import, and I also need to import something called LLM chain, okay, from LangChain. Now this is the first example I have given. So this is my prompt template one. So here I've given the same prompt as I think you remember, and I've just written I want to open a restaurant for here I've given cuisines. Cuisine should be the input. Okay, here I've given this should be the input variable. Food, suggest me a fancy name for this. Now I'll be using this prompt template and I will be giving to my LLM model. Okay, so it won't be using that default prompt template after giving it. Now let's say how it will work. So this is the technique it will work. So basically it will apply this format on top of it, and whenever it will get this cuisines, actually it will replace this input. Okay, the input I have given, let's say I've given Indian. Now if I print this input prompt, if you see I want to open a restaurant for the Indian food, search me a fancy for this. Okay, so this is the input I have prepared with the help of this code, right? Now let's take the second example. So this is the another prompt I have created, prompt 2, and here I'm using another prompt, provide me a concise summary for this book, and here I'm taking book name as input from the user. So how it will work, so whenever user will give any input, let's say I've given Alchemist book. Okay, so it will take as input and it will make the complete prompt. See, it will make the complete prompt. Okay, now let's use the first one first of all. So I'll be using this from template 1. So here just let me write. Now I'm going to use this prompt 1 at the very first. Let's use prompt 1, and here I have created LLM chain, and here I have given my LLM. Okay, so LLM model I have given, so which is nothing but the LLM we have created. I think you remember, this is my LLM, this is my LLM. Okay, and here I have given the LLM, and here I'm giving the prompt as my prompt template, and here I'm also giving verbose is equal to true. That means it will also print the log, like what it's doing actually. So if you're making it false, so you can't see the output log, and if you are making it true, so you can see the output log. Okay, now here you need to call chain.run, and here you just need to give the input. Okay, so here let's say I'm running this prompt 1, and this for the cuisine. So here what I will give, I'll give Indian cuisine. Okay, and this is the response I will get. Now let me execute and show you. See, first of all it is entering to new LLM chain prompt after formatting. So this is the prompt it has prepared. So it has taken my input Indian, and this is the prompt actually it has created. Now it is applying LLM on top of it, and it will predict. Now let's see. Now guys, chain has been finished, and this is the response I got. A restaurant name is a crucial aspect of any business. Okay, and these are the name actually it is suggesting. Now what I will do, I'll give this prompt template 2, that means my book prompt, and here now I'll ask any book name. So let's say I'll give Harry Potter. Harry Potter book. I want the summary of Harry Potter book. Let's see whether it is able to give or not. And this model is pretty good, guys. Just try to explore this model. I am loving this model a lot. Okay, as an open source model, I can say like this is one of the best model. you can use from Meta AI. So see guys, this is giving me the summary. Again, if you mention the book with a specific name, let's say it is giving the summary of Philosopher's Stone. Okay, you can also give any specific book. It will give you the summary. In the summary, it will give you. Okay, so great guys, we are able to use this Llama 2 model with the help of LangChain, and we have seen like how we can load this model with the help of LangChain and all, how we can create the template. Okay, how we can create the LLM chain and everything we have seen, right? Now guys, it's time to make one projects with the help of this Llama 2. Now what I will do, I will create one chatbot projects with the help of this Llama 2 and LangChain. So basically, we'll be creating one chatbot so that can chat with any kinds of website. So let's say if you have any website, okay, so you can integrate that website to your chatbot. So whatever question user will ask with respect to the website, it will give you each and every answer. Let's say this is one website, Llama Meta website, okay. So let's say I want to ask any questions, okay, from this website. Let's say I want to ask like what this website provides, okay, what are the services it provides, give me the contact information and all. So that chatbot will able to give me everything with respect to the website I have. So these kinds of chatbot actually will be implementing with the help of this Llama 2 and LangChain, okay. And I will also utilize like a vector database with that projects, okay, because I have already explained like vector database. So I already created one dedicated session on vector database. Just go ahead and check it out if you haven't checked it out, that session. So guys, we'll be using everything like vector database, this Llama 2 and LangChain. With the help of that, actually we'll be implementing this entire projects, okay. And this is going to be one very interesting projects, okay. You will be enjoying a lot. So now let's start with the projects and let's see like how we can develop these kinds of generative AI projects. So guys, now let's build one generative AI projects, one generative AI application with the help of large language model. So here I'm going to use Llama 2. And here I'm also going to use some of the additional tool. Let's say I'll be using vector database, then I will be using LangChain framework, okay. Then we'll be implementing this amazing application. So the application actually I'm going to implement called website bot. So what is website bot? I think you have probably seen like if you visit any kinds of website, so some of them are already created some bots. So if you ask them question in the website, like what this website and all about, like what are the services it provides, so everything it will give you the answer, right? Whenever we visit any website, let's say I will visit openai.com. So if I visit this website, so if you want to see this website structure, like how many pages actually it has, and like what is the layout of this website, what are the URL of that page, actually everything you can see, okay. If you visit this link called sitemap sitemap.xml, okay. If you just write this one, sitemap.xml, and if you press enter, so it will give you all the detail about this website. Let's say this is the website, and it has actually different pages. If you see, if I go to again OpenAI, if I go to OpenAI, so if I let's say click on research and click on let's say overview, so it will open a different tab for me. Like let's say this is the different page for this website. So that's how actually you have different website, and with respect to that, it has the different links as well. As you can see, different links actually it will also provide, okay. Let's say this is another page, okay. This is another page inside OpenAI. So let's say I will copy this URL, and if I paste it here, so it will open that particular see it is opening that particular page, okay. So that's how actually you can export with any kinds of website. So I already collected some of the website URL. So what I will do, I will use that URL and I will build this application. So here if you see, I've already prepared one notebook here, and here I already collected some of the website links. So if I open it, so see, this is one blog website link. So paper review Llama 2 open foundation fine tune chat model. So it has some content, okay. It has some content. So we'll be chatting through this content, like what are the things actually this content is providing, okay. Everything we can ask in our bot whenever we'll be completing this thing. Not only this thing, I have attached multiple URL. As you can see, this is another link, okay. This is another link, this is another website. So again, some content is inside that. Again, it has different pages. As you can see, it has different pages. It has different pages. If you just visit that site map.xml, you will see different pages link, you will see there. Then I also have another one. So this is the website of stability.ai, and again actually it has some content. So you can give any kinds of website link here. So I have collected, these are the website link, so you can use any of them. So here is another website. Okay, so we will be using this 4 website URL, and we'll be implementing one website bot on top of it. So let's say if you're asking anything, okay, if you're asking anything regarding these are the 4 website, like what are the content, everything, like what are the things actually it is providing, what is this, let's say if you want to ask something about Llama 2 open foundation fine tune chat model, you can ask, so it will give you the answer with respect to the content actually it is giving. Let's say if you want to ask like pt7b, okay, this is another open source large language model. If you want to ask something, so here you can ask, so it will give you the answer with respect to this content. So any website you can refer. Let's say if you have created your custom website as well, so you want to create one bot on top of it. So let's say I'm the user, so I will come to your website. First of all, I will ask for your bot, like what are the services actually provide, what are the things actually provide. I can get all the information from your bot. Then I don't need to visit your website, okay, again and again. So I can ask everything from the bot itself. So guys, this is going to be one amazing projects, and what you feel like, just try to comment in the chat. Okay, so whether it's helpful or not, and make sure you are just watching this video entirely, don't skip any part, otherwise you might get some issue. So guys, now what I will do, I will first of all give you the project's idea. I will be just giving you the project's architecture. I'll be just writing the project architecture, like what are the steps actually we're gonna do throughout this entire projects, like what are the component we'll be implementing. Okay, so we'll be seeing the project architecture at the very first. Then once you understand this architecture, we'll be moving to the coding part. So let's go to our whiteboard and try to understand the project architecture. So guys, I'm inside my whiteboard. So now, first of all, I will just write the project's name. So it is website bot using Llama 2. Okay. So here, let me give you the project's architecture, like how we are going to do the project. So first of all, what I will do, I need to collect those website sitemap.xml. Basically, I need to collect all the content, okay, from the website actually I'm referring. So first of all, we'll be taking all the content with the help of this sitemap.xml, okay, xml. And you don't need to worry about manually, you don't need to write these are the thing. Actually, if you're using LangChain, so with the help of LangChain, actually you can easily extract the content from any unstructured website. Okay, I'll tell you like how to do it. So what it will return, so it will return you page, okay, page, let's say 1, page 2, and page 3. So after getting the page, actually I need to get the documents, okay, present in the page. So it will return me the documents. Let's say docs, okay, docs 1, docs 2, docs 3, okay, docs 4, and so on. So docs 4, okay. Now it will return me that documentation, like all the page content. So once I get all the content, okay, basically here let me write out here, we are just extracting text, okay, extracting text. And after getting all the text, what I will do, I will use my embedding API, that means embedding model. So in this case, I'm going to use Hugging Face embedding model. I think you already know what is embedding model and all. I already discussed this thing in my vector database session. So if you haven't watched that session, you can go ahead and watch it. So everything would be clear there. So I'll be using embedding model. So with the help of embedding model, actually, I'll try to convert this text to vector, okay, vector representation. Now this will return me the vectors. So here I will get lots of vectors. Then once I get the vector, I will build semantic index. Okay, I think you know what is semantic index. Semantic index means you will be combining all the vector together. Okay, then we will be building the semantic index, and you will be storing this semantic index to the knowledge base. Okay, so what is knowledge base? Knowledge base is nothing but your vector database. So let's say this is my knowledge base. Okay, this is my uh, knowledge base, or let's say vector db. So these are the vector will come here. These are vector will come here and it will store inside my vector db. Okay, so once I'm able to store, these are the vectors, okay, in my vector db. Now what will happen, let's say this is the user. Let's say this is the user. So user will hit some queries. So let's say this is the question from the user. So the first thing what I need to do, I need to convert these questions to the vectors, because again it's going to be the raw text. Okay, so again I will be applying something called embedding model. Okay, then I'll convert this text to vector. So here I will get something called query embedding or query vector. So this query vector, I will apply something called semantic search. I think you already know what is semantic search. Okay, so semantic search on top of my vector db. Okay, so I'll do the semantic search. So once you do the semantic search, it will return you some ranked result. Okay, rank results. Now I will have my rank results. Now I will take the help from my LLM. I'll be using large language model, which is nothing but my uh, Llama 2. Okay, here I'm going to use Llama 2. So with the help of this large language model, I will get my actual uh, response. Okay, the query user has asked, so it will give me the actual response. Okay, so this is the complete idea, and this is nothing but this is my user. This is my user. Okay, so this is the complete you can say diagram of our projects. As you can see, first of all, we'll be using, these are the website. With the help of sitemap.xml, we'll be extracting all the pages available in the website. Then we'll be extracting the documents, that means extracting the text. After that, we are just converting, let me write here, converting text to vectors. Okay, here we'll be converting text to vectors. Then we'll get our vector embedding. That vector embedding will be building one semantic index and we'll be storing into the vector db. So in this case, actually I'm going to use something called pinecone vector db. Okay, you can use any vector db, where be it you can use chroma db, you can also use face, okay, from Facebook, anything you can use, but I will be using pinecone. Then what will happen, user will ask some query, I will be applying again embedding model and I'll be getting query embeddings, and with the help of this query embeddings, I'll be do semantic search on top of my vector db. It will give me rank results, and with the help of LLM, I'll extract my correct output I was expecting. Okay, and it will give me the correct response to the user. So this is the complete idea of these projects. Now what I will do, and here I already prepared one notebook for this project. So I'll just explain like whatever things I have done. So first of all, I need to connect my notebook. Make sure you have selected runtime as GPU. So here just click change runtime type and select GPU. So for me, I have already selected. Now here I need to install some of the package. So here I'll be installing LangChain, then bytes accelerate transformers. Why we need it, I think you remember. I think previous experiment I was showing how to use Llama with the help of LangChain. Okay, and I was reading that Llama model from my Hugging Face, and for Hugging Face actually I need to install these are the libraries. Then these are the actually dependency you can install. Okay, then PyPDF should be another dependency, and also you need to install sentence transformer. Now let me install them. So installation is done. So here I'm not going to use OpenAI. So let me just delete this thing. Then I also need to install this library unstructured, because the website will be loading. So it has lots of unstructured format. So to overcome this thing, actually you need this package called unstructured. So let me install it. I'm not using Face. Face is again a another vector database, so you can remove this thing. I'll be using something called Pinecone. So this is done. Then I also need to install tokenizers, then xformers as well. Now I will be also installing Pinecone client, because here I'm going to use Pinecone vector database. And guys, if you haven't checked my vector database session, you can check it out. Okay, it is available. Otherwise, you might get some confusion. So it's better to try to understand this vector DB. Okay, then you will get the entire idea. Now, all the things I have installed. Now I'll be installing all the requirements libraries actually I'm going to use, and whatever libraries actually I'm going to use, I will tell you. Okay, which library actually I'm using for which purpose. Actually, I will tell you at that time. So here you can see some additional library also I'm importing, but again I will discuss like what are the things actually I need here. Now I also need to install punctuation NLTK. So the first thing, I need to collect some of the website URL. The website URL actually I want to use for my bot. So here I already showed you I am using this 4 website. Okay, I'm using this 4 website. You can use any of the website and you can use it. So these are the 4 website link I have provided inside one variable called URLs. Okay, now let me execute. Yeah. Now I think you already saw we have imported one class called unstructured URL loader from LangChain. Here if you see unstructured URL loader. So this class will help you to extract all the data from this or the URL. Okay, I think I was explaining this project architecture, like it will be using something called sitemap.xml. Then it will extract the pages. Okay, from the pages it will extract the documentation. So everything can be done with the help of this function actually we have imported here. Okay, unstructured data loader, and here you just need to give the URL, and it is not only working with the single URL, it will also work with the multiple URL as well. Okay, so now if I execute and show you, so it will easily extract the data, and it will go through all the pages actually this website has, and it will extract all the data for me. See, it has extracted. Now if I print my data, see guys, all the data you can see here, it is amazing, right? So that is the power of LangChain. So that's why we use this LangChain framework to build this kinds of generative AI application. Okay, now if I show you my data length, so it should be 4 because I'm using 4 website, so it will give you 4 website data. Okay, here. Now this data should be in a document format. I think if you see the format of this data, it should be a document format. Okay, and now I need to apply something called text split on top of the entire corpus I have, because I need to convert my data to chunks. Okay, why I need to convert my data to chunks? Because see, I think I already discussed this thing in my vector database session. Why this chunks is important? Because whenever you open any kinds of model, okay, let's say if I open let's say OpenAI model here, OpenAI model, OpenAI, or let's say if I open my Llama 2 model. So here if you see, it has context length as 4096. Okay, like it can take like 4096 tokens, okay, at a time. But if it is more than that, actually at the time your model can't take this, and it will give you error. Okay, but the data actually we have extracted, it has like more than 4096 you can say tokens. Okay, so that's why I can't directly pass this data. I can directly pass this corpus to my model. So that's why I need to convert to chunks. Chunks means I will be converting different chunks. Okay, different chunks means different paragraph. Okay, and that paragraph I will be converting to like embedding vector. Okay, then I will be giving that data to my model. Okay, I already discussed this thing in my vector database session. Just try to go ahead and check it out. This should be very much clear. Now here I'll be converting my entire corpus to the chunks. So this is the character splitter function I have imported from LangChain. Here if you see, character splitter from LangChain I am importing. Now with the help of this one, I will be creating the entire chunks. Now here you need to provide two things: the chunk size and the chunks overlap. Chunk size means like how many tokens you need in a chunks, and chunks overlap like how many tokens actually you want to consider from your previous chunks. Okay, so these two parameters you need to give here. Now let me execute. Now my chunks object is created. Now I'll give my data. I'll give my entire data I got from my URL, and it will convert it to chunks. Okay. Now if you want to see the chunk size, so it has created 90 chunks. So if I print my text chunks, okay. So now let me show you. See, this is another chunks. Then again, this is another chunks. Okay, then again this is another chunks. That's how it has created 90 chunks. Okay, and if you want to see individually, you can also see this is the chunks 0, chunks 1, and if you just read it carefully, you will see some of the tokens are coming, okay, from your previous chunks as well. Okay, so this is the chunks overlap. So basically it helps us to understand the context of the sentence actually you have. Okay, now we have successfully converted our entire corpus to chunks. Now I'll be downloading the Hugging Face embedding, because here I was discussing I got my all the documents, okay, and I have converted to chunks. Okay, if you see, we have converted to chunks: docs1, docs2, docs3, and docs so on. Now I need to use Hugging Face model, Hugging Face embedding model, to convert these chunks into embedding, okay, vector embedding. So that's why I will be downloading first of all Hugging Face embedding. So to download the Hugging Face embedding, I think I already imported this library here. Hugging Face embedding, I think somewhere, yeah. So from LangChain embeddings, Hugging Face embedding. So it is available inside LangChain. Now here I'm importing. Okay, now if I execute, it will automatically download the default model. So Hugging Face has lots of you can say embedding model. So this is the one of them. Okay, so this is the name I have already given. You can open it up. So this is the model for embedding. Okay, so you can read about this model. I have already downloaded this model, and now let me see the model, which model I got here. So here if you see, I got something called sentence transformer all MPNet base v2. This is the model I got. Okay, this is the embedding model. Now if I, let's say if I want to convert any text to embeddings, okay, and I want to see like what kinds of vector and what is the length of the vector, so I can test it. So let's say I have given hello world, and from the embedding I'm just doing query embedding. Now see guys, the length should be 768. Now this is the vector representation of this sentence. Okay, this is the vector representation of the sentence. So you can give any here. So let's say I'll give hello, or let's say how are you? How are you? And I have explained this thing detailedly in my vector database session. So that's why I'm again and again telling you, just go ahead and try to check it out, that video. This should be very much clear. See, again, I'm getting the same length, like 768. And this is the how are you vector representation. Okay. Now what I will do, I will initialize my Pinecone vector DB. So for this, actually, I need to collect two things. One is like Pinecone API key, and it is like Pinecone API environment. So for this, I need to visit first of all Pinecone. So just write pinecone.io, and here make sure you have the account. So I have already account, so I'll just log in with my account. So guys, if you log in with your accounts, you will able to see this kinds of interface. So first of all, you need to get the API key. Just click on the API key, and here is my API key I have already created. So what you can do, see, this is my previous API key. I will just copy this API key, and if you don't have API key, just create it here. Okay, just click on create API key, give the name, and create the API key. Will get your API key. Then I'll just paste this API key here. So this is my API key, and don't share this API key, guys. I'll remove this after this recording. That's why I'm showing. And I also need like a Pinecone API environment. So for this, actually, you need to create one index. Just click on the indexes and create an index. And you need to give the name of the index. So let's give Llama projects. Or you need, let's give Llama, only give Llama. Okay. And here you need to give the dimension of the vector. So this is the dimension actually. So here I'm using Hugging Face embedding. So Hugging Face embedding, this is the dimension 768. So this dimension I have to give it 768. And I will take this cosine metric. Okay, so you have any other metric as well, so I'll use this cosine metric, and because here I'm using free plan, then I will create the index. So it will take some time to ready your indexes, so let's wait. See, once it is done, it will give you this green icon. Now here you will get this environment name called GCP starter. Okay, I will copy this name, and here I need to give it. Okay, done. Now let me execute. So I have set my environment, so API key and API environment. Now I'll initialize my Pinecone. So here, instead of giving inside your ways, you can give it directly. It is also fine. So let me just give it directly. So that's how I can provide. Now let me execute. And now I will give this credential and I will just initialize my pinecone. And here you need to give the index name you have created. So this is my index name, which is nothing but Llama. I will copy and here I'll just give the name. Okay, and this particular line will convert your entire like chunks to the embedding, vector embedding, and will store inside the pinecone. See, this is the code. Basically I have my text chunks and one by one I am just reading the content and I am using my embedding. Okay, and I'm converting to vectors, and index I'm giving also, like this is the index, like this is the index I have created. So in this index actually your vector will store. Now let me execute and show you. Done. Now if I go to my pinecone and refresh the page, you will see like all the vectors actually. Okay, see, this is my text with respect to that, this is my vectors. Okay, this is the vector representation and this is the index. Okay, and now see, we have successfully stored our data. We have successfully stored our vectors to the vector database. Okay, and you can see all the vectors here. Okay, you can also query out everything you can do, and this thing you can learn from my vector db tutorial. So there actually I have showed you like how to use this vector db and all. So here I'm not going to explain in depth, okay, because they are already explained this thing. Now see guys, I already stored my vectors inside my vector db. Now what I will do, I will first of all logging with my uh, uh, this one, my Hugging Face, because I want to use that Llama 2 model from Hugging Face. For this actually I need to log in. So let me log in. So if you want to log in, you need this access token. I think you remember I was collecting the access token. So this is my access token. I'll just copy. You can create your access token. Okay, I think I already showed you how to create it. Now here I just need to give the token and login. See, logging successful. Now here you need to specify the model name, which model you want to use. I already told you I'll be using this Llama 2 7B chat HF model. So this is the model name I've given here. And you can use that alternative also. Like let's say if you don't have the permission, you can use that model, that open source model. I think previous experiment I was showing, okay? Because I already have the access, so I'll be using this model. Now, first of all, I'll load my tokenizer and model. I already discussed like what is tokenizer and model. Okay, why I'm loading? Because I want to create the pipeline. Now let me load it. See, it is downloading the model. So it will take some time. Let's wait. So guys, we have already downloaded the model. Now we need to create the pipeline. I think I already showed you like what is pipeline and all. Okay, why we need it. So now let me initialize the pipeline. Okay, so here if I show you my diagram, so we have completed till this point. Actually, we have stored the data. Now we are initializing our LLM. Okay, then we'll be handling the user. Now pipeline has been initialized. Now I'll be calling this Hugging Face pipeline, and inside that I will give my pipeline objects, and I will also give this argument called temperature. I already told you what is temperature. Now let me initialize my large language model. Okay, now let's first of all test it whether it is initialized successfully or not. So here I'm giving one prompt. Please provide a concise summary of the book of Harry Potter. So it should give me the summary. So guys, as you can see, we are getting the output. That means my LLM has been initialized and it is working fine. Now let's do some question answer with my LLM. The data we have given, like the website we have given. Okay, so from the website we can ask any kinds of question. Now first of all, I need to import this retrieval QA. Okay, this function. Now here, this is my query. Like I'm just asking how good this Vicuna. Okay, so there is another website actually. I think you remember. This is all about Vicuna. So I want to ask something about Vicuna. Okay, from this website. So it will give me the response. Okay, with respect to that. Now this is my question. Now this is my query. If I perform something called similarity search on top of my vector DB, so it will give you three different results, as you can see. I think I already discussed this thing like similarity search, how to perform. And now let's say if you want to get the actual results, okay, actual results with respect to your questions, so you can take the help from the LLM. So that's why you need to call this retrieval QA, and here you need to initialize the LLM chain type and retrieval. You need to give your vector store object here, okay, and as retriever, so it will, so basically it will refer your vector database, and it will also take the query, and it will understand the query with respect to that. It will also understand the question you have asked, okay, the documents response you got, then it will give you the authentic results. Okay, now let me initialize this one. Okay, yeah, now I will ask the same query like how good this Vicuna. Now if I ask this query to my LLM, see, it will give you the answer. So guys, as you can see, it has given me the answer. Vicuna is a chat bot that uses stable diffusion 2.1 generate the response while its quality is high. Okay, it is giving this response. Now I'll ask another question, like how does Llama 2 outperforms than other model? Let's see. Because if you see here, I have another website of Llama 2. So this is the Llama 2. Okay, so I'm asking uh, the question with respect to that. Okay, so this is the power of this LLM, and we can create these kinds of generative AI application with the help of this Llama 2, Pinecone, and LangChain. See guys, Llama 2 outperforms model benchmark. Okay, so it is giving like GPT-4 PAM2. Okay, basically, yeah, this is the response it is giving. Now let's ask another query, like what is stable LM. Okay, I think again, if you see, like I am also passing one question with respect to other website. See here, you can also add your custom website. You can ask any kinds of question with respect to that. See, this is the response I got. Now we can create one while loop, like ask the question repetitively one by one. So now it will ask for the user input. Now here I will ask one query, like what is MPT7B. So I think you remember we have one website of MPT7B. Okay, now let's ask one query on top of it. So yes guys, as you can see, I got the answer. MPT7B is a 7 billion parameter language model developed by LLM Foundry. Okay, it is giving all the answer. Now you can ask any kinds of question. You can give, see again, it is asking for the prompt. So I won't be asking, I'll just write exit. So it will exit my code. See, here I have written the logic. So yes guys, I hope you got it, like how we can implement these kinds of beautiful generative AI application with the help of Llama 2, Pinecone, and LangChain. Okay, so this project actually you can also convert to Streamlit app. In future, I will also show you how we can convert it to Streamlit app. Okay, and whenever I will show you like end-to-end project implementation, I will show you that part. So yes guys, I think you have liked this particular session, and you have learned everything about Llama 2, like open source large language model, how to run it, and how we can also implement this kinds of generative AI application. So if you have liked this particular video, just try to share with your friends and family, and if you need anything from my side, you can let me know in the comment. Okay, so yes guys, this is all about from my side. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.